underpicked Axe Legend.
Yeah, I agree. You got Axe, and I mean, Cannon just can be nasty. Such a good string weapon, but we're going to see how it does against this Val from Ra1n. Ra1n got the gauntlets in hand, and we are going to go to war here on Demon Island to get us started.
Yeah, Ra1n definitely has been kind of that Val player for a hot minute here.
Yeah.
Has been on the Val for a long time, and of course, gauntlets have been doing really well in multiple regions, but we'll see how Bamya answers to that. Of course, we haven't seen too much Cannon lately.
Yeah, good. Starting off with good stage control off that Cannon. The weapon thrower going to get him a little bit of space, but Ra1n is going to shut it down. The Sarah is going to go ahead and take that first stock off of Bamya, and still looking pretty good. Only only about a little bit, about 100 damage on that first stock from Ra1n. See if he's going to be able to extend this out a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it is worth mentioning, of course, he is going up against that Zol, that very high-strength legend.
Yes.
So a couple of those swings should put Ra1n closer to that KO potential. He's in that number range right now, about 155 damage.
Oh, that was an interesting option. Not quite enough to go ahead and secure the knockout. Going to give Ra1n an opportunity to get at least a sidelight in there. Oh, Bamya whiffing on the dare, come back on stage. Ooh, a bit of an exhausted recovery there. Could not get the knockout on Bamya.
Yeah, but Bamya is still taking a whole lot of damage. Currently sitting at 151 on the second stock. Ra1n coming in fresh. It's going to need a couple of big reads here on the side of Bamya, or at least a lot of neutral wins. Here's a two-piece. Doesn't get the timing there. Ra1n actually not dodging. Went down with the fast fall, and Bamya is still not able to get that hit.
Okay, good extension from Ra1n here. He's kind of fishing, trying to get a good starter here. Find this quick knockout on Bamya. Edge guard in place. D-Light is going to go ahead and connect.
Nice.
Ground pound off the side of the stage. The dare is going to whiff. Ra1n, though, holding his ground. Going to sit there with the neutral light. Weapon throw is going to be a little low. Not enough momentum. See if he's going to get off this edge guard. Can't find anything. Oh, there we go. Ground pound. Going to go ahead off the stage. Weapon throw out. Was going to be needed. Ra1n had just enough to be able to touch the side of Demon Island. Neutral Sig is going to go ahead and connect. Going to send him up and out, and Ra1n holding on to the lead.
Credit to Bamya, though, was able to bring that damage back in here. He's like one or two good hits from taking Ra1n out and putting things pretty much even on these final stocks. Not sure if a neutral light will quite do it, despite the fact that he's got like 200 damage on him. Bamya still needs to find that finishing blow.
I mean, especially with being on Zol, should be able to find it pretty easily. Wow. Ooh, the downlight going to be enough to go ahead and confirm on Ra1n off the top. And now we are very, very close into the final stock of game number 1. Ra1n holding with the sidelight into neutral Sig. Going to chase him down. Bamya sees it, gets the timing right, puts it back to the other side of the stage, but Ra1n going to send him up with another signature, try to catch him in the air. Bamya, we see the sweat beads coming out, but is able to get back down the stage.
Yeah, that is one of the advantages Bamya has there with that cannon, is he could float in a lot of different ways. In that open air, which is why Ra1n had a hard time catching his landing, but still Ra1n's doing a good job adding up this damage. Offstage interaction.
Oh, that weapon throw might be enough to go ahead and put the cherry on top, and it does. Ra1n is going to go ahead and confirm game number 1 and turning those types a little bit. Like we were talking about, this is 5-0 in set history between these two players in the favor of Bamya. And Ra1n looking like, at least in game number 1, that he has got the recipe to get it done.
Yeah, it is interesting. Like, Bamya generally does really well into Ra1n, but not on Zol.
Right.
Like, that's not usually who he's playing when he's going into Ra1n, so it's like, I think maybe it's still a little bit of growing time here, because of course Bamya, definitely a strong player coming in here as PR number 4, if I'm not mistaken, for EU, but again, not on the Zol that we're used to.
Okay, so far just swinging on the axe, catches Ra1n on the landing. See what we got for an edge guard. He's going to go ahead and give Ra1n the space to come back up.
Okay. Nice, just getting these one taps here. When you're playing Zol, that's kind of all you need. You're hitting really hard, coming in here at 9 base strength.
That is insanity. But Ra1n doing a very good job continuing with it. That Sarah is going to be enough. We see that 9 attack coming into fruition there. Going to go ahead and send Ra1n out. And Bamya is carving himself out a pretty nice lead here in the beginning of game number 2.
Some good movement here coming out from Bamya. Ra1n's been catching him. He's been doing, Bamya's been doing a lot of those like dash jumps, trying to just bounce around him. Ra1n's like, okay, I'm just going to neutral signature and cut off that path. It's been working out for him. He's been able to get some good damage here.
Ooh, weapon throw out. Gets in the space he needs. Neutral light's going to send Bamya way out. Can he find a way back up? The down sig comes out, but Bamya stays out of the way of it. Ran right into it. Ra1n. Weapon throw out. He's now unarmed, but he has sword. Going to go and try and fish out the knockout here. Bamya, though, going to go ahead and reverse the tide there, but Ra1n
Nice. He still was able to touch. I'm surprised Ra1n let him get back there. I think he wasn't sure if Bamya was going to touch. Nice gravity cancel right on top of Bamya. Will get the KO with that downlight recovery, but still took quite a bit of damage there.
Yeah, quite a bit indeed. Still a pretty close game, though. Ra1n just having a little bit over, about 150 damage put on him now as Bamya is letting it rack up. Bamya, though, Nair is going to be enough. A lot of force off of that attack, and Bamya has a very nice lead.
Yeah, this is a good spot for him, and I like that he's sticking more with the axe. That seems to be what he's been able to build more damage with. Usually, when he's been on that cannon, it's been a little bit of a struggle, but right now, struggling against the sword of Ra1n.
Okay. Catches the landing again. Ra1n doing a very good job this entire set so far, especially on that sword, being able to catch Bamya as he comes back down the stage. Big whiff again, both of them whiffing. Nobody able to find that good punish. There we go. The Sayer's going to connect, weapon throw to the face. Ra1n thought about chasing him down, catches him center stage. Sayer's going to send him out. Bamya with the Nair. Can he get this final stock off of Ra1n? Ra1n fighting back, though, has Bamya almost 150 damage, more being racked up, but a Sayer from Bamya sends Ra1n back off stage. Ooh, that wasn't enough force. Can you get it right here, Duke?
Oh, he's going to back away instead of going for like a downlight Nair to catch the landing. Instead, gravity cancel and light, and Bamya is going to take the next game. I do want to call out the movement change on the side of Bamya, though, because the first game and like the first half of the second game, he was doing a lot of just like standard, like just dash jump on top of the opponent.
Definitely started to mix up the
towards the second half. He starts doing a dodge back towards, so he'll go in and then come back down, and it's really catching Ra1n off guard.
All right, looks like as we take a look at those replays, we are going to get locked into the exact same legends.
Yep, no changes here. It's really on Ra1n to make some sort of adjustment. Looks like he wants to switch it up, go to Small Worlds and something a little bit smaller. Of course, this plays into both people's favors, so Bamya could get a KO, like you saw how that cannon recovery didn't KO in the last one. Would probably KO on this map.
Okay. Soft and easy here at the beginning of game at number 3. Ra1n, we're seeing him trying to just be very patient, catching those landings of Bamya again. Okay, sending him out. Another neutral light's going to connect. Bamya having a very difficult time getting back up on stage, but he had the advantage state there for a second, being over top of Ra1n. Could not get a whole lot from it, though. Okay, sending him back across to the right side of the stage. Ra1n gonna get that weapon throw out, gets him the space, and gets him the opportunity to get that sword in hand to be able to try and fish out a knockout. He seems to be a little more confident on the sword, at least for those knockouts here in this set.
Yeah, I mean, just the standard ability to go downlight recovery is very comfortable for a sword player, but right now, Bamya needing to find a way to get that KO off of Ra1n because he's been stuck on that cannon for a while now, throws it away. Now it's over to Ra1n with the sword with that weapon advantage, but Bamya, he's got the axe, just needs a neutral light.
Ra1n doing a good job staying out of the way of that light attack. All right, that D-light is going to be enough to confirm, but Bamya is very, very damaged on that first stock as well. Almost 180 damage put towards him. Ra1n going to go ahead and get the unarmed attack, send Bamya off stage, but right back with that axe in his face. Nice reversal, going to finish it off with recovery. Stocks are even, and Ra1n did get a little bit of that damage deficit back as well.
Yeah. He did take a couple of hits from Bamya on the respawn, but still not too bad of a spot for Ra1n here. Still needs to start finding some hits on him. Oh, that's going to be a KO. Bamya catches him with that down sig. And now it's a full stock advantage to Bamya.
Yeah, we haven't seen him pull the trigger on that signature kit a whole lot in the set, and that was a great usage, getting a great knockout on Ra1n. Ooh, just juggling him up in the air. We're seeing the axe come out in full force now. Ooh, Dare's gonna go ahead and connect. Another one. Oh, gravity cancel neutral.
With the weapon toss too. Just keeping that pressure going. Right now just chunking away at the mental of Ra1n more than just the stock, but of course that stock is getting chunked too.
Okay, we're seeing Ra1n get his bearings back a little bit. Ooh, great usage. That could be enough. And ground pound to finish it off just to make sure he didn't want Bamya grabbing that bottom corner of the side of the stage there. But Ra1n, he is hurt. Yep. That could do it, actually. Ooh, that was really close.
But yeah, you saw one more neutral light from Bamya. Bamya knows it. You saw how far back he was playing. He's just like, I just got to play it smart and safe. Throw out that one good hit. We've seen downlights KO for Bamya more than a handful of times. So he's going to come in here, hit that side air, and Bamya going to take game number 3. That's going to give him the lead, 2-1.
And he has been tightening the grip more and more as we go through. You know, Ra1n in that game number 1, he was able to go ahead and fish out the win, but it looks like Bamya definitely has him figured out, has his number, and looks like maybe here in game number 4 you can go ahead and wrap up the set. Ra1n, I don't think we had any swaps. He's just going to stay locked in on the Val, so we're going to have to see if maybe 4th time's the charm.
Hopefully. Once again, some minor adjustments coming out, because we talked about how Bamya was kind of doing this like dash jump in and then dodge back down. Ra1n started just covering the grounded option. You saw him like doing a neutral light, which was catching Bamya's movement. But it's not really enough right now, considering Bamya's still getting more neutral wins.
Yeah. All right, Bamya coming back up on stage. Ra1n gonna get a good 3-piece in the air, try to go back in for that Sair, but Bamya shut it down. But Ra1n gonna get the momentum right back in his direction. Caught him on the neutral light. Ooh, nice job staying out of that Sair. That was actually really good job.
Yeah, that was an interesting option. They dodged along the path of that side air so that he was in position to hit that down air. But these neutral lights from Bamya, one more down air, and yeah, Ra1n does not have the movement.
But Ra1n stayed pretty even in that first stock. Obviously, Bamya very, very close to knockout range here. As long as Ra1n is careful and does not let any that damage get built up. Can he get the read? No. Recovery is going to miss. Bamya saw it coming. Now he has cannon back in hand. Ra1n's got to be very careful. He does not want to let Bamya get a lot of bonus damage off of this first stock.
You see Bamya generally trying to open up with that side light. Spot dodges there, and yeah, Ra1n recognizes, dodges down, immediate side light into the recovery. Good job on Ra1n, didn't take too much damage.
No, he did. He did a really good job at not letting Bamya pile any of that up. But so far, though, it's still 0 damage against that second stock on Bamya, and he is racking up the damage hard on Ra1n.
Ooh, he's sweating.
So he's gonna go for the D light, went for the neutral instead, but Ra1n, no, his options are gone. Sweat beats out, and Bamya is on cruise control to take this set.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate. Ra1n was using a lot of that in-air economy. Then you saw him sweating, went for a side air, and Bamya caught him, put him off stage, and then at that point, it's like, all right, just gotta make sure you don't get your jumps back.
And he definitely did the job. A nice dodge from Ra1n, staying out of that. Okay, caught him again. Bamya, such good usage of this axe. Fighting back a little bit, but it's just not any, you just can't get the damage output that the Zul is able to do. Here we go. If he can get the stock right here, he's still in a very bad situation, but it is at least doable to extend this to a game number 5. Disarmed right there. This could be it for Ra1n. He's got to fight back. There we go. Gravity cancel D-Light into recovery.
Okay, the N-Sig will finish off. He is like 2 hits away. So like a neutral light, a down light wouldn't quite KO for Bamya, but 2 of them would probably do it for him.
Yeah, he got that damage racked up right there. Okay, but Ra1n fighting back. That Sair is going to get it done, though. Bamya is going to be moving forward and knocking Ra1n down to elimination side.
Really good adjustments on the side of Bamya. We saw game 1 went the way of Ra1n, and Bamya since then was like, okay, I know what these minor adjustments I need to do, change up how I'm moving. And then you saw his cannon start to come alive a little bit more as the set progressed. He started figuring out, okay, I can't go for the standard, just